Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited, the disturbing thought of the day. Aliens made contact with us, discreetly, covertly, in the 60s. They basically assemble key leaders and say, look, you have a problem. Earth and the surrounding planets, your solar system, is prime real estate. And you are basically on the edge of logistical soundness for an invasion. Basically, there are X number of interstellar races or interstellar empires even that are looking to basically hit you, take your minerals, use the earth as a colony world. Some would enslave you, some would just say, okay, you're part of our empire, haha, pay taxes. And others would just eat you. Depends. But it looks gloomy and doomy for you. We're here to help. Well, how would you like to help us? Well, we have technology to basically build you gates so you can evacuate your population. Here are evacuation coordinates to worlds that are uninhabited but could sustain your species. You can leave. And to give you an edge in case they find those worlds, here's a serum. And basically, with it, you can unlock the psychic potential of 86% of your population. So you could turn somebody into a telekinetic within a day, or pyrokinetic, or maybe even 5 or 6 powers in one mind. But the most important ones, and we can actually tell you who gets what by which injection. So if you dose this person, they'll be a genius. If you dose this person, they'll be able to do illusions, stuff like that. You can actually tell in advance before doing the injection. Here's the tech for that. And here is full information on all the possible races who may be your enemies someday. Please run. You can't fight them. You lack the means. You lack the technology. You lack the numbers. They will, and besides, even if you were to beat them, they will just blow up your planet. And you're like, well, thank you. We appreciate your assistance. Have a nice flight. They leave. World leaders come together and go, okay, what should we do? How do we win this war? And someone raises their hand and says, what war? We're not going to fight a war. We're going to kill them all. How? Well, how would you invade a planet? You'd send spies, maybe, to disrupt and control leaders, maybe. I mean, look at the movies, look at the books, look at the comic books, look at how we do it in our heads, in our pop culture. We send infiltrators. Maybe they would. Maybe they just come in and just smash us like a hammer. But what if we carve them like a scalpel? What if we surgically alter and send psychic spies, saboteurs, assassins to basically go over there and raise hell? We target their leadership, their military, their scientists. When they send their teams to basically size us up, we grab their teams and play with their minds. Because the one thing we have as an advantage is we have psychics. Psychics is not a common thing in other worlds. The race that came through, they're psychics and they're benign, and they lost their world. It's like, let's not be them. So, yes, we're going to have this gating technology. Yes, we're going to have those other worlds mapped out. What the heck? This one's pretty much used up anyway. Let's be real. And we can also, though, gate to their worlds and basically send spies in to wreak havoc. What do you say? All those in favor? And votes unanimous. So fast forward, you have, I don't know, civil wars. You have assassinations and chaos. You have all these interstellar races that are, for some reason or another, not interested in the solar system because of what's going on at home. And there's this I don't know, a cantina, a spaceport bar, or something like that, where 4 sentients, all different races, come together and do an annual debrief over drinks, psychically, of course. And they're like, Agent Jenkins, Agent Sorensen, Agent Bobkowe, Agent Skolokovich, well done. Tell us what you've done here, and we'll just basically relay our findings back to the home world. That's messed up. And how long, of course, before someone figures out on the bad guy's side what the humans are doing? Does it make things worse? But just like a day in the life of an interstellar spy. No, like a interstellar fifth columnist, because maybe at some point Earth's thinking about invading them. Some of them are so jacked up. Like, these humans invade us? Maybe we should be afraid of them. Or fast forward centuries later, we are psychic oppressors. We do a manifest destiny on them. Who knows? That's a disturbing thought of the day. All right. I am Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. Please check out our website, talesunlimited.net. There are podcasts. Yes, the disturbing thought of the day one, and also the battery. What is the battery one? It's about a collection of short story prompts, 200 of them to a book, with some wisdom on writing. It's originally intended for those people trying to write the great American novel, save them some time, give them basically my method on how I did it. And it's not so thick you won't finish it, actually. I think you can knock it off in a day if you put your head to it. But it's also good for anyone in the game. If you want to create games, it's like game design, an evil role-playing game scenario, or if you're an experienced storyteller looking for perhaps inspiration for a novel series, hey, check us out. There's also, and I'll give you an example of my method. My method was this. Let's say I started with battery. I didn't. What I did was I wrote a whole bunch of short stories. But that's basically what the battery is. Take 200 prompts, write 100 of them, right? Had I done that, I'd have 100 short stories that I write, finish, polish, edit, copyright, then start dropping anthologies. And that's what I ended up with. The Unheroic series, 25 stories to a book about unlikely heroes saving the day. And then the Book of Schemes, 25 stories, schemes, different types of schemes, some crazy, some simple, some just dark. And I was selling them, but I had no intention of writing a novel. I was selling them, and people are like, write a novel, write a novel, write a novel. I'm like, okay, fine. The thing is, if you write 100 plus short stories, by then I had 180. But if you write a whole bunch of short stories, an idea will emerge for something. And the idea I had was Sin City with superpowers. I was watching Sin City. I'm like, that's nice, but what if someone went full bore? What if you had a place so corrupt that City Hall was a mob? It's like, like a dark, corrupt city that if you're living outside of its borders, you have no clue. But inside, is if you live in the city, you know it's dirty, but it's a different kind of corrupt city. And I had all these ideas from all these other short stories, a team name over here, or how the mobs coexist over here. And all these short stories were like tools in a toolbox. That's the edge of my process. It's not a get it done quick way to get it done, but what's nice is if you're selling live at an event after so many years, the edge is this. To my left are anthology series. To my right are 4 novels called I Villain, about that Sin City world with superpowers where a supervillain gets into the crime fighting business. And I can sit there confidently and sell my books with passion because I've written them. And it's like watching kids grow up, these series of mine. And folks come across and they're like, oh, okay. And that's how you sell. I mean, yes, you can try marketing your books online, but it's a jungle out there. So I give you some advice on maybe how to navigate live selling. Just some wisdom there. All right. I am done for the day. See you tomorrow. Take care.